Hi Tarot babes, it's Ethany and I have another unboxing video for you today, and it's the True Love reading cards. And I would like to thank and or sort of partially blame, but mostly thank Vix from New Age Hipster, because I saw them on her channel and she pushed me over the edge. I'm a donkey on the edge. I'm a tarot reader on the edge. I can't help it. I see pretty things and I just kind of go for it. Oi, oi, oi. 2016, folks, is going to be the year that I don't get as many decks. Who am I kidding? Anyway, so yeah, I saw them on Vix's channel. These are created by Belinda Grace, illustrations by Laurie Banks, and published by Rockpool Publishing. And they are to attract and create the love that you desire. We all want to love and be loved. Bring the joy of love and romance into your life with this beautiful set of True Love reading cards by Belinda Grace. Learn about what you truly need in your relationships, what you long for, and how to attract it into your life as you become more emotionally and spiritually fulfilled. Imbued with healing energies and colour, the cards have been channeled through the highest frequency by fine artist Laurie Banks. And when I saw them on Vix's channel, I almost had like a feeling of the Chakra Wisdom cards by Tori Hartman, I think her name is. Yeah, the art felt very similar to me. So all of these reading cards, I don't call them oracle cards, all these reading cards by Rockpool Publishing come with the Magnetic Hardcover boxes, which is pretty rad. And you know, these are keepsake ones that are pretty good. Like, I'm not going to take this out of anything. So you get a color book, beautiful color book. There are spreads in here, how to use the cards. It's a very short introduction. You get guidance for singles and then guidance for those in a relationship. What about those who are just in some kind of weird space in between? You need a guidance for it's complicated. So there's no real spreads. There's just a 3-card spread for each if you're single and if you're not interesting. Kind of want a few more of these ones. Okay, so then you get a little bit of information on each one. So let's flick through the obviously with all of, okay, so this may not be obviously, but for me, with any of my oracle decks, with any of my tarot decks, with anything that I do when I'm reading for a client or even reading for myself, I do not go simply by the book. I've never just gone simply by the book. I will heavily use my intuition for everything, and context is incredibly important. I talk about that a lot with my students as they're going through their courses and things, that context is important, and so is your intuition and trusting yourself. So no matter what the book says, you really need to connect with what you're getting. So the fact that the book doesn't have a lot, you know, for me is, it doesn't really matter too much, but, you know, it'd be nice. So these are big, these are nice and big, like kind of Blue Angel publishing size. Glossy, those are the backs. And let's go through them. So abundance. I don't know how many cards there are. It doesn't say somewhere, so we'll have to. Boundaries. She reminds me very much of Athena, so I really like that card. Chivalry. Commitment. Compatibility. Connection. Creativity. Dating or courting. The distorted feminine. Distorted masculine. It'd be interesting to read those cards. The divine feminine. The divine masculine. Emotional freedom. Forgiveness. Garden. Gardener. inner peace, intimacy, life purpose. It's beautiful. Love. Luminosity. Isn't that a great word? Luminosity. Manifestation, one of my favorite things in the entire world. Maturity. The rainbow retriever. Reparenting yourself. Resolving conflict. The sacred woman. She's beautiful. Self-respect. Serendipity. Sexual freedom. Sexuality. The silver waterfall. Soulmates. Spiritual maturity. Worthiness. And yin and yang. So let's have a shuffle, and then the cardstocks are quite nice. It's thickish. I think it's probably a 300 GSM, if that makes sense to anybody else. Cardstock. What would be interesting is at the beginning of the book they had for guidance, reading for people who are single and for people who are in relationships. It'd be interesting to see if that theme carries through in the book, because that would have been a really cool perspective to have from a writing perspective and also from someone who's reading. So we'll cut the deck. Cut the deck in my hands and see what we got. Forgiveness. I forgive myself, I am forgiven, it says on there. So I'm assuming this goes, alphabetical order too. When you forgive yourself and others, you create more space for light and love to flow in. The quickest and simplest way to reconnect with your greatest sense of personal worth and to let more love into your life is to forgive yourself completely. You don't even have to know what you're forgiving yourself for. The angels understand that feeling guilty about a whole array of things has been an ongoing part of our lives, and now they say it's time for you to let that go. There's a bunch more, and then there's a little forgiveness mantra. I forgive myself, I forgive myself, I forgive myself, I'm forgiven. So it doesn't actually have that continual theme of if you're in a relationship, this may mean this. But I guess like forgiveness and those sorts of things are, it's across the board. It can be about anything. What would have been interesting is to have sort of like a message for those, to have the overall message and then to have a message for those who were in a relationship and a message for those who weren't. Because that's very, sometimes we can have different things around that, but that's just the writer and me going crazy. I got these partly because, like I said, of Vix, but also because a lot of readings that I do for clients are about love. People love love. They want to have love and be in love and feel loved. So I got them to see if they can help enrich and deepen my clients' readings and readings for myself. So it'll be interesting to see how I go working with them. But that's been my unboxing video. So far I like them. I'm on the fence a little bit about it, but I'll have to work more with them, I think. Beautiful presentation and everything. Lovely. So that's my first impressions and unboxing. And if you like this video, if you like all things tarot, oracle, or spiritual related, then please subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.